Hello folks, and welcome to another video by 1960s and 70s Chronicles of a Golden Era. Got permission again to set up the poster and make a video during this lockdown that we're in. Hair's getting a bit hippie-ish, got me tie-dye on, so I'm in the zone here. And I'm going to make a video that's a bit of a brain cruncher, as we call them on Chronicles, so a bit of a thought process. And kind of struggling with choices, but that's the fun of it. And this one is kind of throwback to something we did in the very early days and months of Chronicles, when there was about 1,000 people on the page. We had an extensive survey to find the supergroup of the era. Top drummer, top bass, top guitar, top keyboards, top vocalist, frontman, front person, male or female. I'm going to throw in another category, actually, top miscellaneous instrument, musician. So that could be flute, saxophone, bongos, trumpet, oboe, anything you want, just to round off the complete sound. Okay, here's mine. Top drums. It is a brain cruncher. There is a list here. But my top drummer came out as Bill Bruford. Sometime King Crimson, excuse me, sometime Yes, and sometime Genesis, live drummer. Saw him with Genesis, in fact. And tricky choice, but Bill Bruford comes out top for me. Top bass. And we're dipping into Yes again, to prog rock. And the guy who, for me, kind of redefined the art of bass playing, and that is Chris Squire of Yes. Just transformed bass, into a engine room instrument, into a solo instrument, a creative instrument. Wow, I mean, Chris Squire wowed me. So Chris Squire, top bass. Top guitar. For me, the most versatile, the most complete, the most wide-ranging, the most innovative guitarist that I ever heard and saw live during the era was Steve Hackett. Steve Hackett of Genesis, sometime Genesis, now long-time solo, of course. My choice of top guitarist, a very underrated player. A player that people appreciate, but I don't think enough. And for me, should be much more appreciated than he is, to the point where, for me, he is the top guitarist of the era, Steve Hackett. Again, I picked from a short list, and it was not easy, but Steve Hackett comes out on top for me. Top keyboards. Back in the day, there was only a choice of two out of many great keyboard players, but the ding-dong battle, as it were, came down to Rick Wakeman and Keith Emerson, and I was always a Wakeman fan, and I still am. And Wakeman still, for me, comes out as top keyboard player. Vocals. I was never a Queen fan. Got some albums, got the Best Of album, but never a huge fan. I mean, not to put them down or anything like that, but I was never a big fan. But cannot ignore the sheer class, the sheer talent, the sheer range, the sheer power, and the sheer showmanship and entertainment value as a frontman of Freddie Mercury. Got it all. He's got the voice, he's got the charisma, he's got the stage presence, he's got the persona, and Freddie Mercury, for me, is the frontman of the all-time supergroup of the era. So miscellaneous instrument. I think you might know who's going to be my choice, and he'll probably win this. It's going to be Ian Anderson on flute. From Tull, as we all know. There are other choices, of course, but I mean, Ian Anderson, flute, Tull, miscellaneous, added certain something to the whole sound of rock, can be adapted to folk, prog rock, and wasn't the only flautist in classic rock, of course, by any means. Peter Gabriel, and there was flute in Focus, and other bands as well. So, but Ian Anderson made it front and centre. He made it a rock instrument, didn't he? Really. And so he's my choice as top miscellaneous musician, miscellaneous instrument. So that's mine. Let's go through it again. Drums, Bill Bruford. Bass, Chris Squire. Guitar, Steve Hackett. Keyboards, Rick Wakeman. A lot of yes in there, I must say. Frontman, vocalist, Freddie Mercury. Miscellaneous instrument, Ian Anderson. And that's mine. And I would like to know yours, please, your choice of top supergroup. Just as an aside, when we did that similar poll way back at the beginning of, in the early times of Chronicles, we also added composer. And that was won by Ian Anderson, just picked David Bowie. It came down to a short list of those two, and Ian Anderson won it. Who would I go for? I might stick with Anderson, or I might go with Bowie. Anderson's so versatile. Then again, so is Page and Plant, the Beatles, Jagger Richard. But who would I go? So is Bowie. I might actually go with Anderson again. I might go with Bowie. I might go with Elton John, Bernie Taupin. Very versatile again. I'm not sure I'm keeping that one open. Let's make that a kind of open question to kind of add on to. So what's yours? Your supergroup, best drummer, best bassist, best guitarist, best keyboards, best vocals, best miscellaneous instrument, and just throw in something. Who would be your composer for that band? That's fine. All it remains now is to say Chronicles YouTube channel is still here, still up and running. This is just one to keep it going. Please subscribe. Please like the video. Please leave comments both on the YouTube video thread and on YouTube and on Facebook, sorry, when I post it. Thank you very much for watching and listening and taking part and staying with and helping the Chronicles project, and in this case, the video, the YouTube channel. And thank you very much again. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.